Hello, Facebook world. Let's see if I can make today's chat a little less wobbly and easier on the eyes. Today's topic is the comparative anatomy of a tree. So to do that, I'm going to briefly explain. I think most people in my feed know what chakras are. If you don't, Google it. Or actually, I'll put up a post because there's some kind of like shit information out there, and I'll put up something that kind of summarizes it quite. Just keep it simple. But for this thing, we have 7 kind of chakras. The first one is down at the root, like between the perineum. The second one is the sacral, which is the lower emotional. The solar plexus down there is the lower mental. The heart is a bridge. The throat is the higher physical of the root chakra. The third eye is the higher emotional of the sacral, and then the crown up here is the higher mental of the solar plexus. So, understanding those, and I just kind of like before I get onto the tree section, just a lot of people in the new agey kind of pseudo-spiritual kind of thing tend to just want to like open up these higher centers without actually really doing the work and developing the foundations down here. If you do the foundations down at the lower physical, the lower mental, and the lower emotional, these things have a base of foundation to bloom and open without without just any kind of psychic spiritual injuries potentially happening. So in relation to a tree, the obvious thing would be that the root chakra of a tree would be its roots. Its solar plexus would be its trunk, so its lower emotional is its trunk. The lower mental or its solar plexus is its branches. Its heart is the bark, so that's where its spirit and its heart exists. The throat, as I mentioned yesterday, is the leaves or phyllodes in certain species, and then the third eye is its flowers. So its higher emotional is its flowers, and then the seeds and the fruits are its higher mental or its solar plexus. So understanding that shared anatomy will assist in opening up a dialogue and a communication, both to communicate with it, but also to receive its message. But I feel also understanding that it operates in a different spectrum of time. So if you want to hear a message from it, either you need to expand your understanding of time out, or you need to ask it to compress its message to deliver it in a way that it's in your, how do I explain this, in like your blah blah blah, like a compressed time, so the opposite of expanding. Yeah, that, I kind of feel like, is that 3 minutes? Someone give me, they should really put a timer on these Facebook Lives. What else can I say? I just want to kind of give credit to my teacher, Justin Assar of the liquid crystals, and part of this information, I learned some of this stuff from trees and my training in Peru with different shamanic plants, but it was verified and kind of synthesized in a very beautiful way, which is one of his gifts. And that was a course I did recently called the Liquid Trees. If you want to know more about that, there's one in Sydney and Melbourne coming up. But I may share some more information that I learnt recently in my next video. Has that been 3 minutes? What else to say? I think that's enough for now. Why is this actually relevant? Because, you know what, most of us are disconnected to our landscape and don't know how to communicate with it, or both speak to it or hear it. And so I feel like these practices that I may be sharing just make life more enchanting and magical, and actually I kind of feel like that's what human beings like, not feeling separate from the ecosystem and landscape. I kind of feel like that's enough. Bye.